There's this health issue that can be super sneaky. It just kind of builds up in the background, totally silent, and then bam, it hits you with some really intense pain. We're talking about high uric acid, and it's way more common than you might think, so it's definitely something you want to pay attention to.
So let me ask you this. What's the connection between something like gout and kidney stones? Well, the answer is high uric acid. Yep, it's the hidden culprit behind both of these incredibly painful problems that affect millions. But what does it actually feel like when things go wrong?
For a lot of people, the first wake-up call is gout, and it often shows up out of nowhere as this sudden, crazy intense pain in a joint. I'm talking a sharp, burning feeling that's most famous for attacking the big toe.
And it's not just about that big flash of pain. It can also lead to this general stiffness and discomfort that just lingers. It can really mess with your daily life and make even simple things like walking feel like a huge effort.
But here's the really cool part. Even though this problem can build up silently, the solution doesn't have to be some complex medical thing. Actually, one of the most powerful tools you have to fight back is probably sitting in your kitchen right now.
Okay, so before we get to the good stuff, the foods, let's do a super quick dive into what's actually causing this. Don't worry, I promise the science behind it is actually pretty straightforward.
It all kicks off with these little things called purines. They're totally natural compounds found in our bodies and in certain foods we eat. Think red meat, some types of seafood, and alcohol. Your body needs them. They're actually building blocks for your DNA. So as your body breaks down and uses these purines, it creates a waste product. And guess what that waste product is? Uric acid. Now, normally, your kidneys are absolute champs at filtering this stuff out, but sometimes they get overwhelmed, and that's when it starts to build up. And that brings us to the main event. Let's jump into 7 common but seriously powerful foods that can help you fight back and get those uric acid levels under control. Think of this as your own personal natural toolkit. First up, and you're going to love this one, is cherries, especially tart cherries. These aren't just a yummy snack. They are an absolute powerhouse when it comes to tackling high uric acid. So, what's the magic ingredient? It's these compounds called anthocyanins. They're these amazing antioxidants that do 2 really important jobs. First, they calm down the inflammation that those nasty uric acid crystals cause, and second, they actively help lower the amount of uric acid in your blood. I mean, just let that sink in for a second. A 35% drop in those painful gout attacks just from eating cherries? That's incredible! A handful a day or a little bit of unsweetened cherry juice could make a massive difference. All right, on to number 2. This one might just be the easiest habit you can possibly start, and it all begins the moment you wake up. We're talking about simple lemon water. Okay, so here's a cool little science fact. Even though lemons taste sour and acidic, right? They actually have an alkalizing effect on your body once they're metabolized. This helps neutralize the uric acid. On top of that, that big hit of vitamin C helps your kidneys do their job better, flushing all that gunk out. Next up, we've got something that's been a secret weapon in traditional medicine for centuries, celery seeds. Don't underestimate them because of their size. These little guys pack a serious anti-inflammatory punch. So here's how they work. Celery seeds act as a natural diuretic. What that means is they just help your body get rid of extra water, and when the water goes, it takes that excess uric acid with it. And it's not just old wisdom. A 2019 study showed that celery seed extract could seriously reduce inflammation markers. Pretty cool, right? For our 4th food, let's go back to a classic. You know that old saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away? Well, when it comes to uric acid, that advice is spot on. The hero in apples is a specific compound called malic acid. What's so great about it is that it helps neutralize uric acid right in your bloodstream. So it's basically stopping the problem before it can even build up and form those painful crystals. Okay, so let's just pause for a second. As we're building our toolkit, you can kind of see 2 main strategies taking shape. We've got our neutralizers, like lemon water and apples, which help balance things out inside. And then we've got our flushers, like celery seeds, which help your body just get rid of the excess. Let's see what's next. Moving on to number 5, let's talk about a drink that so many of us already enjoy. It's green tea, and its power comes from some seriously potent antioxidants doing all the heavy lifting. Green tea is absolutely loaded with these antioxidants called catechins, and they do something really clever. They go right to the source of the problem. Research shows they can actually block the specific enzyme your body uses to make uric acid in the first place. So it's like telling the uric acid factory to slow down production. Our 6th food is the good old cucumber.
And this one is a great reminder of just how critical hydration is in this whole game. But it's actually about more than just the water.
See, cucumbers are a fantastic alkaline food. They've got that high water content, sure, but they're also packed with potassium. And that combination is like the perfect support system for your kidneys, helping them flush out uric acid much more effectively before it has a chance to turn into those crystals.
And finally, our 7th item on the list. Now this one might actually surprise a few of you, but the science behind it is really solid. We're talking about low-fat dairy. Things like skim milk and low-fat yogurt contain these two specific proteins, casein and lactoalbumin, that have been proven to actually help your body get rid of more uric acid. In fact, a major study back in 2004 found a direct link between eating low-fat dairy and having a much lower risk of gout.
So, there you have it. 7 amazing foods. As you can see, you don't need to hunt down some rare, exotic ingredient to start feeling better. Now, let's put it all together into a plan that you can actually use. So here it is one last time, your 7-foot toolkit for fighting high uric acid. We've got cherries, lemon water, celery seeds, apples, green tea, cucumber, and low-fat dairy. Each one gives you a different way to tackle the problem, whether it's neutralizing it, flushing it out, or stopping it from being made in the first place. Look, the most important thing here is to just start small. You don't have to try and add all 7 of these things tomorrow. Just look at the list. Which one of these seems like the easiest thing for you to add to your day? Making just one simple change can be an incredibly powerful first step toward getting those uric acid levels back in check, naturally.